I've mentioned this in a few of the other videos I've recorded here, but I just want to establish a timeline of what the plan is. This Kickstarter is going live in May. God willing, as of this recording, that's the plan. It'll be up for 30 days, so it'll come down mid-June. If it is successfully backed, I hope that it is. I hope that you want it to be successfully backed as well. Then for 18 months, till about January, because it's going to take me a couple of weeks to get the money from Kickstarter. I don't know how long. I've never done this before. But, you know, Kickstarter's got to do some things, and they're going to give me the money. And then, once I know I've got the money and I'm good to go, and I will be able to do this, that's when I put in my 2 weeks notice at my current job, because I am currently full-time employed at a factory, and I would put in my 2 weeks notice at that job. So sometime around early July. 18 months later brings us to January of 2028. That is my targeted release date. Because past that, if all I get is the money that I'm asking for, I need a job again. And then we go back to part-time. So that is my hard deadline. Even if I get more money than what my minimum amount that I'm asking for to fund this project, that is still going to be my hard deadline. And I'll explain why here in just a few seconds. Over those 18 months, at least once a month, maybe more often. I'm not a video editor. I'm not good at getting this up, and every time I have to sit down and do this, it takes time away from development. So I'm only going to commit to once a month. As I do it, maybe it'll become easier. I'll get into it. I won't loathe sitting at a computer editing video so much. We'll see how it goes. But I plan on doing design diaries. Those design diaries are going to serve a couple of purposes. Purpose one, it's how you, the backers, know things are happening, know what's going on, know that I'm actually working. It's also going to help you understand the rules. Maybe when you are playing, when the rules come out, you want to make a modification to something. And before you make that modification, you want to understand why I did what I did, so that it still works with all the other rules when you change it. You could watch this video, or not this video, but the design diary videos, to get an idea of where my thinking was, so that you can maybe take the alternate path that I didn't take but talked about in those videos. I don't know. But they're going to be another tool for you when you get the final rules. Any stretch goals that I put up are just going to be, for the most part, additional rules being made. Those stretch goals will not be ready in January 2028. Because if it's going to take me an extra 6 months to make those extra rules that are not planned for the core rules, then they don't come out until July of 2028, 6 months later. On each of those stretch goals will be listed the date and time for the release of the stretch goal, the proposed timing of them. I don't know what stretch goals I've got yet. I'm going to keep thinking on them while the campaign is ongoing and keep putting new stretch goals up, both in the hopes of maintaining momentum and because I don't know what rules should go. People are probably going to start leaving me comments asking, hey, how about this? How about this? How about this? Because I won't have talked about it in my PDF list of things I want in the game. And those would possibly be great ideas that I could add, come up with rules for, and be stretch goals. The one that won't involve any extra time is going to be the one for the license in the SRD. I would love to have a license, an SRD, all of that, so that other people can just add anything they want to the game. The only reason it's a stretch goal is because that stretch goal is pegged that 10,000 people need to back this, more or less, to unlock that stretch goal. Because 10,000 people seems like a good number to me before anybody else would even want to spend the time and money and energy commercially releasing a product that would require that license. I don't want to put in the extra time, the probable money of having a lawyer look at it, or looking at the existing licenses that are open to games like this that are out there, and picking the best one and putting together the SRD if only 2,000 people back it. Because while those 2,000 people are going to be great, I'm thankful for even that few people, I don't see 2,000 people being enough that other companies would want to step in and publish additional rules for this game with so few people. As sad as that makes me, and as sad as I'm sure it would make those 2,000 people, if after the full rules come out, the game blows up somehow, and I still sell 10,000 copies after the Kickstarter, I will still do the license then. Like, I'm not opposed to the license. It's not, oh, I didn't get it as a stretch goal on Kickstarter. It never happens now. It just isn't guaranteed to happen unless we hit that stretch goal. So that is the timeline of things. 18 months, January 2028, the full rules should be, not the full rules, the core rules should be done. Stretch goals will be additional development time after that. That is where that money is going. Me getting to continue to do this full time past the 18 months. Continuing to develop rules, additional rules, more rules, filling out additional development. And those are the stretch goals. And as they finish, you guys get them as well. Because I'm not in it to nickel and dime anybody. That's not what I want. I'm not overly concerned whether or not this rule set creates a sustainable business model that I can live off of for the next 30 years, because that's not happening. Like, pretty much as soon as the 18 months or the 24 months or the however many months of stretch goals that get put together, pretty much as soon as that is done, I expect the money to be gone. And then I go back to work full time. The only way that wouldn't happen is if it blows up so much that I just wouldn't have enough ideas to keep adding rules. There is going to be an upper limit to the number of things this game would have. Or maybe not. Maybe the ideas will just keep coming. I don't know. But I'm certainly not promising that if I get $30 million, not happening, but if I get $30 million on Kickstarter, I'm going to develop rules for the rest of my life, because that's unfortunately unrealistic. I would love to, and I will do my best if you guys give me that kind of money. For anybody who is familiar with Stardew Valley, I would love to be Eric Barone, the creator of Stardew Valley. That would be fantastic. For anybody who doesn't know, Stardew Valley is a video game that came out in, I want to say 2018, and it has done so phenomenally well. That guy has been putting out free updates for everybody who bought the game and everybody who still buys the game for years since. His last one came out last year. I think it was last year. And he's working on another one. He's still patching that and making minor improvements to it and talking about another major update, despite the fact he's also working on a completely separate video game. I don't know how much development on that separate game is suffering because he keeps working on this game that he loves. But if I can be him, that would be phenomenal. Just continuing to make this game better for everybody. Like, I would love that. You guys would love that too.